And so, boss has died. Alex, you cold, heartless monster. Boss died! Boss died! Oh, come on, of course he survived. What did you expect? Really? Yeah, boss is alive, but he's just barely on the brink of life and death. But as we take him back home and everyone gathers round his bedside, just barely alive, just barely surviving. Alex mysteriously knows a lot about Boss, and he knows enough to know that only one special method can revive him. Only Bijou can do it. Why? Because only Pluto adepts can revive other Pluto adepts on the brink of death with their special but Bijou doesn't know how to do it. She's got to get over herself. You have to learn the secrets. You have to learn the skill. And revive Boss, your one true love at once. And she did it. Okay, that was pretty easy. Yeah, so Boss is back and all of that drama was pointless. Because, yeah, as if Boss would have died. Come on, you think the game would have done that? Yeah. Oh, he made it. Now Boss decides that because Devil Ham has been subdued, there's no threat to the Ham Hams anymore, so he's going to come along with Bijou, his one true love Ham Ham, and join our heroes to light a bunch of ancient lighthouses to get 3 wishes. I don't believe the game's established what wishes our heroes actually plan to use. I mean, I think it goes without saying that they're going to ignore Isaac's stupid wish about world peace or some petty, trivial nonsense like that. But what are the actual wishes? Who knows? Right, well, if you recall from the original Golden Sun games, to open a lighthouse you need an adept of that lighthouse's element. And for the Pluto lighthouse being a special case, we need 2 adepts, so luckily Boss and Bijou were happy to be reunited and come to open it for us, which is another good reason you could have figured out that Boss was going to survive, because we needed 2 Pluto adepts. This stuff writes itself. Just before heading in though, Boss reflects on the mysterious murderers who slammed his parents. Who could they be? Why did they do it? Why are the only significant character arcs in this game for hamsters? What mysterious mysteries. This game is a worthy successor to the original Golden Sun games in that respect, that the actual main characters get pretty much no character development at all. That certainly is one of the more infamous criticisms levelled at the old Golden Sun games. Isaac, the hero is a silent protagonist for a start, so he doesn't develop at all, and that counts Isaac in the first game and Felix in the second game. But, Jenna, Ivan, Maya, Sheba, none of them develop in the slightest way from the start of the game to the end. Their personalities are the same, their backstories are the same. About the only person that does change, even Sheba, who is talked up the whole 2 games, spoilers viewers, but Sheba is a special person who has a mysterious origin. Nobody knows who she was or where she came from or what. And about 80% through the second game, she reveals why she was with the team in the first place, why she was tagging along, which was because she wanted to find out her origins, and she didn't find out her origins. So, great. Excellent character development there. And, ironically, looking back on that scene again, the character who got the most development in the whole series is probably Kraden. Purely because in that one scene he consoles Sheba, saying that he was also an orphan, and a mysterious past. He came from Lemuria, I think. So yeah, Kraden, easily one of the least significant main characters in the series, actually has the most depth of any character in the entire series. So wrap your heads around that, and let's continue through this dungeon. Oh, what a fiendish block puzzle! Blast! I wasn't expecting this. The Golden Sun series is legendary for its masterful, well thought out puzzles, and this is most certainly an exception. If we can just get past all these stupid enemies. Ninjas. It's okay though, these are just normal human ninjas. They're not those ninjas. Oh man, no, they're statues. There was a famous statue puzzle in the first Golden Sun game. Took some thinking to get through. Then then Golden Sun Dark Dawn, the latest in the series, well, as of this recording, took a bit of a step backwards there, if you ask me. All the puzzles in that game are relatively easy, with one standout exception. You know which one, viewers, if you played that game. You know which one. Yeah, that's right. That Cluffy Cloudland goat pathing whatever thing it was one. That easily just stood out from every single puzzle in that whole game. It's just been leaps and bounds harder than the rest of them. Yeah, the final game, I mean, the Golden Sun series was never difficult. Well, no, I take that back actually. It had some pretty famously hard parts. The first game had the legendary Kraken fight, but the game just suddenly ramped up the difficulty. It made you fight the first genuinely hard boss in the game on a place where, if you'd saved, you could not escape to level up or heal or anything. So, great game design there, folks. And, yeah, the optional super bosses, like in the second game in the series, the big bad Dullahan, or whatever you pronounce that name. Legendary, insanely hard fight. But then the final game in the series, just sort of, all the battles are an absolute cinch. There was nothing difficult about the whole game. It's, in fact, the final boss battle, they conspicuously made him way harder than anything else in the game. And it really shows, it just feels so artificial. You've been just ploughing your way through everything else in the game, and then you fight that thing and it's like, wow, I'm taking 10 times as long to beat this as anything else for no good reason. Oh well, Golden Sun is a series of ups and downs for sure, but a lot of us loved it as children, and still have a fond place in our hearts for it today, which is probably why a lot of you are watching this. Aye. Although I must say, the Pluto Lighthouse here, if you were expecting viewers an epic, puzzle-packed, fantastic dungeon worthy of the Golden Sun Lighthouse name, then you already can see yourself, you're pretty disappointed, aren't you? It's pretty much just a bunch of rooms that you walk through and occasionally move a block to the side. Not the most intense experience on the planet. But what can you do? So, made it to the top of that lighthouse. We can change our party, which may give you a hint that something less than not a boss fight is about to be cropping up. Ah, and there's the lighthouse beacon, the Airy, I think they called it in the games. I still don't know what an Airy is, but who cares? There we are, we lit the lighthouse. The badly compressed lighthouse beacon picture is there. But Ivan, being self-aware, knows the villains have got to be shown up. And yeah, of course they are. It's Griffin and Mange, the stock RPG Maker sprites, demon sprites. Griffin and Mange, you did a bad thing, and so therefore we're gonna stop you. But what's this? So they were responsible! Oh wait, we knew this already. Aye. We're gonna take out these bozos for the first and last time. Griffin mentions that Cloud did something. Cloud is exactly who you immediately thought of when you heard the name, and then convinced yourself that, no, that's just obviously someone else in this game. No, he's who you thought it was. And Griffin leaves, rats! Leaving us with this, what's her face? Aye. Mange to battle the fine upstanding heroes. The fine upstanding personalityless heroes. Although Golden Sun 3 certainly made a considerable improvement in that regard. Because although it seems that Isaac and friends, Ivan and Garrett and them, nothing very interesting has happened to them so far. But Boss and Bijou have easily had infinitely more tension, like genuine drama and romance than anybody ever had, ever, in the Golden Sun series. So good work, this Act 2. Between that and that boss battle with Alex, you've resolved some of the problems of the Golden Sun series. Too bad it's not an official game. Maybe this will get re-released on the Wii Virtual Console someday. As if. Or they'd be called to task by the ASCII Incorporated RPG Maker fellows before that, I'm sure. Or indeed the Russian person that translated the English version of RPG Maker. Who knows. I'm just trying to get a bit more recognition to a very insanely under the radar old game that I'm probably the only person on the planet that still has it. So, glad I've got a chance to do this. Aye, so... So interesting, in fact, that we have now defeated Mange. The end of that one and a half of the iconic Golden Sun 3 villains. Phew, she's gone. Aye. Kind of underplaying it there, Maya, but whatever. That's with her dads. Yeah, the Boss and Bijou feel that they've avenged their father, but to avenge their mother they're going to have to take out the other one, because that's how vengeance works, I guess. I was never much for vengeance, so I don't know much about that stuff. The heroes wonder how it was easy to kill her. And apparently it was easy. Alex explains that the lighthouse represents shadow, which means it removes evil, so they were less powerful. Basically, this Act 2's excuse for why Griffin is inevitably going to be much harder than her when we fight him at the end of the game, I'm sure. But yeah, why would Alex tell us such a thing? Our heroes start to feel that maybe Alex isn't quite the villain he says he is. Even Bijou feels that he sensed his heart deep down there somewhere. It was good. That's an interesting character development for Alex, is it? Could we be going to get even more? Could we be about to get more character development for Alex than he ever got in the original series? Alex heads back to Griffin to report on the death of his love? What? Since when? Never told him that. Alex comes out and says that obviously his love is nowhere near as good as the one that Boss and Bijou had. And now Alex has to... Oh, no. Alex has to walk around a bunch of statues, just like those pots in the lighthouse, and find the one statue that does something. Could Griffin not just tell Alex which one of these stupid things is the right one? Instead of like shoving a bunch of mimics in there and saying, right, hey Alex, can you just paunce over to that room over there and fight a million treasure chests until you get to the statue that has the thing? Oh, brother. And it calls them jars as well, but come on, what kind of jar is this? Yeah, how many... Well, yeah, of course, what we're talking about. Doesn't everyone have a jar which is actually a giant gargoyle that is not a jar in any way? Oh, there it is, the Neptune star. Well, I guess it was being hidden, because Alex is, against orders, going to send that star down to the heroes to light the next lighthouse to make 3 wishes come true. Ugh, it's so cheesy. And yeah, you thought I was joking, viewers. Nope, there he is. Cloud Strife, I believe is his name, from Final Fantasy VII. A game which I've always wanted to play, but I never have. And to this day I refuse to watch any videos or anything of it, because it was so famous back in my day, kids, that I feel that I'm duty-bound to play it fresh, even though I, like every other person that knows anything about video games from the late 90s onwards, knows the one and only plot point of that game that matters. Well, that and who the villain is. And, yeah. And the famous thing that happens at the end of the game, which apparently doesn't happen at the end of the game because, well, spoilers, viewers, but the sequels, the very existence of the sequels seems to rule out what I thought was supposed to have happened at the end, which I thought was a really profound thing when I was a little child. I'd never played it, but no, it sounds like the thing I thought happened doesn't happen, so it's a bit of a cop-out, really. Because that still, to this day, would have made it one of the most, like, profound, like, daring, bold endings to any video game ever. But we're going back in the lighthouse, viewers, because I forgot something. Terribly enough, I forgot to pick up an important item. It's a bow, the broken bow of Bijou. Bijou's broken bow. Bijou's broken bow. Ugh. Bijou's broken bow. Bijou's broken bow. Bijou's broken bow. It's going to get fixed. Aye, we're going to fix that bow at some point. Except perhaps we aren't because, well, never mind. So it's time for our heroes to progress onwards. We're finished with that lighthouse. We've beaten one of the two big bad badders bads, and now we're going to move on to a bunch of crumbled rocks. A single line and oh, it's Shiva, that's right. Does that need some help helping that woman out of those crumbled rocks that you can't walk through? No problem. Leave it to Boss and Bijou, who naturally can walk through those rocks. Yeah, I like how, of all of the party members that could help some woman up out of some rocks, it's the two 4 centimetre tall hamsters, and not the massive teenagers. That was definitely the way that things should have proceeded. That was definitely the way that that cutscene had to go. But that's where we're going to get out of this without a fight. Not so fast, Cyclops. Why is there a Cyclops? Why is there anything? In the Golden Sun games, every boss is just some random monster thing. I mean, really, that is one disappointing thing about the Golden Sun games. You almost never fight any kind of plot-significant character. Apart from the villains, and the only characters you ever fight that like actually talk and have any meaning are the villains, basically. Like the 2 villains in the first game and 2 villains in the second game. Well, you fight some thieves at some point in the first game. Otherwise, it's just big bleh, monsters. Even the final bosses are just bleh, monsters. No character, no personality. They'd be kind of fitting for the Golden Sun games, really. Whatever. So we made it to the next village. Into the weapon shop we go, because we want to buy some weapons from Alex and Karen. Alexis. The female Alex. And... whoa! Didn't know the back door... Whoops, looks like I must have taken a slight wrong turn when I opened the door and walked out of the weapon shop. Somehow accidentally tripped over a rock or something and landed on a giant hill at the back of the town, with absolutely nowhere to go. I'm stuck. Oh, no, wait. I just got to fight Biff the pirate here. It must be some kind of pirate trick. It was a trick. Ah, yar-ha, indeed. Right, beat the pirate. So now we can get out of here, right? Nice work, Isak 2. Nice job setting the exit tile. Nice job setting the exit to the weapon shop to teleport you to... Oh, for the love of radiators! Isak 2, why? Why? Well, apparently we can never enter one of those shops, because if we do, we'll get stuck in a place we can't escape. Can we at least go in the inn? Yeah, it's those wizard people. Can we get out of here? Oh, okay, the inn's fine. Just those other two. Maybe they were tricks. Maybe the Griffin, I don't know. Right, let's switch up our party a bit. First of all, we've got to keep Bijou and Boss in the party, because they are easily the most interesting characters in this entire game. Don't even try to deny it. Why does this game obsessed with... And why is Golden Sun 3 obsessed with rearranging the party for no reason? I don't want these human, like, actual Golden Sun character twerps in my party. I want Boss and Bijou. I want the Ham-Hams, my goodness. Well, okay, we'll give that a try. Yeah, well, let's take that little girl to her father and get a whole bunch of money and a Mercury Ginny. Ginny. I think I read once that Ginny is actually basically genie. So these things are genies. So hey, maybe there is a connection to the 3 wishes thing after all in Golden Sun. Well, Golden Sun 3 was pretty smart. Anyway, okay, let's go into the hot spa that looks suspiciously cold to me because it's got the snow tile set. Love to talk to you fine upstanding citizens in there, but I can't because the game won't let me walk in there. Even though those two do have dialogue programmed in, because I checked, but Act 2 forgot to make sure that you can walk towards them in the first place. I mean, I would hack the game and show you what they say, but do you really think they're going to say something worth showing, viewers? What a creepy wooden woman. Go to the town in the northwest to find out about her? I think we'll pass. Isaac's got no time for that, even though that pretty much is where we're heading anyway. On this on this massive, sprawling world map that is the Golden Sun Free World. Oh, rats! Some thieves in this town! Yeah, Garrett, when Isaac tells someone to stop, they stop, even though Isaac never speaks in the first game. Although he certainly speaks enough to make up for it in the second one. Read my lips! I accept your challenge. Rats, we've got to take on the thieves! Good thing we got all these super powerful adept synergies, which are actually stock RPG Maker attacks like Dark Flash there. The thieves, however, were no match. No match at all. No problems taking out those thieves. But rats, they escaped! Where did they go? Gonna have to chase after them. But first we can explore the town. Except apparently we can't, because we can't get inside the houses. Act 2 seems to have some kind of problem with houses. First it was Kid Town, now it's this. We can't even get into the weapons shop, what? Alright. I'm not actually sure where those thieves were. I thought I checked all the places, the exits and that. Maybe they went back to this town. Oh, I think I remember now. I think they're in the hot spa up here. Aye, that's where they are. The thieves went here. I'll be sure not to play chicken in the hot spa, or indeed playing horse. However that works. Okay, they went there. Do you people have something to tell me now? No? You want the thieves in disguise. That shifty woman, I thought she might have something to do with it, but actually she didn't. Wait, what am I missing here? I know you've got to chase after these thieves, but they're not in the well, they're not in the snowman, because the snowman's a save point, naturally. Oh, don't tell me they're up that side path that this bloomin' fairy's blocking. Right, get down here, fairy. That's it, that's it. No! Come on down. No! No! Yes! 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 Ah! Oh. That was nothing anyway. Maybe there's a back door to one of these houses? Oh, by the way, viewers, sorry I forgot to mention this before, but you might have noticed our hero has been walking unusually quickly. Well, it's because apparently Act 2 forgot to make our hero slow down after speeding up at some point in some cutscene or something, and so he's rocketing along at the speed of light. Come on, what am I missing? What am I supposed to do? I'm pressing the enter button on everything. All the sides of the houses, all the backs of the houses, even these lakes here, and pools. Oh, there must be something, gang. Gotta be something. Well, guess what? I hacked the game. It turned out there was a spot on that wall on the far left, top left of the town, that you had to press an enter button at some random part of it, and Isaac said, there's a ladder up there, let's climb it. So yeah, apparently I didn't manage to notice that. Maybe because the ladder didn't actually exist on the screen, and there was nothing to suggest that was what you clicked on. Oh well. I like how that 1 HP was enough to beat that thief there. Alright, the thieves' hideout. A bunch of walls and corridors. And if we leave the hideout, we get stuck in the wall. Excellent design. Time to fight some thieves. We're forced to battle those fiendish thieves each step we take. But every step we take, the heroes are closer to the bad guys. Yeah, Ivan, we're going to stop the crime spree. Please! I don't think so. Oh yeah, bunch of... and... so a short by the numbers conversation later and we're fighting the thieves again. But we beat them, of course. And we got the Neptune star. Yeah, so the thieves stole the Neptune star that Alex threw down to the planet, and we got it now. So yeah, wasn't that whole thing, all in all, a rather boring scene? What is this? It appears as though Isaac 2 forgot to make the green background that shows up on all of these sprite sheets the transparency colour, so that the green parts would not be actual giant green boxes on the sprites. Excellent work. Well, hey, the mayor gives us some treasure. So, the Neptune star wasn't the only reward we got. So that's something. Let's move. Although it doesn't seem we can enter these other houses. Aye, everyone's thankful it's South City. So now we can get into the weapon shop and talk to those wizards. And do all the other stuff that we can do. Excellent! Excellent! Mine! And let's upgrade our weapons while we're here. Into the ice weapons, because as I've said before, the equipment in this game is genuinely good. And you want to upgrade it every chance you get. You'd be amazed how many RPGs, and especially RPG Maker RPGs, that just don't give you enough incentive to buy the equipment. I'm telling you, do it like Isaac 2 does. Isaac 2 knew where it was at when it came to equipment. And I'm serious. Hey old man. Hi again. Oh, we met him in Mulan Land. Hehe. What? Weird. Weird old man. Getting away from you. Over to the inn. We're going in to the inn. Into the inn. Yeah. Into the inn. Into the inn. Into the inn. Into the inn. You get the idea. So, the guide feels like guarding something new and taking a break from that desert. The most pathetic excuse for the guard not guarding the place. Why did that, for that matter, why are there all these guards just guarding the path to the next area? I mean, it's better than it's better than, like, I don't know, a twig being in their path or something else that some RPGs would not be averse to. That some RPGs would not hesitate to pull some stupid excuse like that. Oh, there's a tiny rock in our way, we better not come here yet. But now it's time for our heroes, with their Neptune star in hand, to walk through the desert. Going through the desert, mine. Going through the desert and fighting some wolves. Two-headed... Rich? Yeah, I never understood that name for these the stock RPG Maker dogs. Rich. But there's some weird stock monsters in the RPG Maker monster set. Just bizarre looking things. Just bizarrely named things. Rich is one of them. Oh wait, maybe it is, maybe that's meant to be an L instead of an R. So it's like what? Lick. Dark Lich. Aye. Oh well. A 12 or so year old mystery solved, viewers. A 15-year-old mystery solved, viewers. A mystery that probably everyone else that used RPG Maker figured out 15 years ago. So, aye, so, whoa, you see that falling down sprite for Isaac there? So aye, so we walk into this ancient cursed pyramid place, which is not a pyramid, in the desert and fight mummies. Oh man, and it's a trap! It was a trick. We've been taken here, and now we've got to walk through the tedious, long, boring passageway of rocks. Exciting stuff. And this is bringing some painful Ninja Ham flashbacks. Ugh. But we don't have to deal with them anymore. Right. Aye. Just weird enemies. There's like a puddle, a water puddle with a creepy face in it and a couple of hands coming out. There was a strange dragon baby egg thing. There was a weird little human looking baby thing running towards you with hooves. And there was... what else? some bizarre stuff. There was this weird looking pole thing. I don't even know what it was. There was some kind of wool thing with one of its arms had blood coming out of it, and it looked like the arm was dislocated or something. I don't even know. I remember the giant squid enemies are called Phosphorus Gobu, which I still don't have a clue what that means. And I believe I haven't discussed this before, but the RPG Maker engine did come with a lot of stock equipment, a lot of stock stuff in its database. And what I mean is, I'm talking about the hero characters were set up. There were default heroes, Alex being the most famous one, default items, default monsters, equipment, skills, that sort of stuff. But no, but I mean, some of the stock monsters appeared from time to time, usually slimes and that in people's games. But extremely rare. It was extremely rare that anybody actually built a whole RPG off of all of the stock items and monsters and skills and heroes and that. And there's a reason for that. Is because if you ever tried playing the game or making a game using nothing but those, you'd discover that they're horribly unbalanced. The heroes gain pretty small numbers of stats in their default makeup. The equipment costs an absolute fortune to buy, and the amount of extra defense and attack you get for it is really minimal. But meanwhile, the enemies start off easy like the slimes, but they get hard fast, like the slimes and bats and spiders, and then suddenly you got hydras, which like can destroy default Alex in a heartbeat. And what's worse yet, even though the monsters get freakishly hard, the amount of experience and money they give you is really not worth it at all. They do not scale up at all. Your heroes need tons of that experience to get up to the higher levels. So, like, if poor little Alex was trying to fight these monsters, he'd have a miserable time of it. Wee! 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 Ring-a-ring-a-lake! Keep stepping on the save point accidentally. And now, little girl, it's time for you to pay the price. Oh, only joking. The Ice Knight, huh? Bring it on, Ice Knight. Got nothing on Isaac. But instead of talking to the Ice Knight, we're going to talk to that shifty-looking man in the shades. How mysterious he is. He's got a minigame for us. We have to talk to him right after we jump up here and get stuck in the ocean. Great job, Isaac2. Fantastic work. I'm stuck. When did I last save this train wreck? Where's the last save? Thanks, Isaac2. We're back in the pyramid again. Just what we like to see. It's a very fascinating thing about the Golden Sun script writing, though. If you weren't aware of this, the company that made the Golden Sun series had a fine tradition of making RPGs for Sega. They made the Shining Force series, if you're familiar with that, on the Sega Mega Drive, and also known as the Genesis, and the Shining in the Darkness. And they made a number of Sega Saturn RPGs, which are probably very obscure. I only know about them from the internet. But if you ever take a look at one of those, Shining Force 3 especially, take a look at, just watch a video of that, and just be amazed when you realise that Golden Sun basically stole everything from that. The sprites, the music style, even the script writer. The writing style of those Sega Saturn games, that Shining, the Holy Ark, and Shining Force 3, the script writing style is so clearly the same writer as this, and it shows right down to the lifeless characters and completely just bland, unemotive dialogue. Every character feels like the same character. Even the big brutish dragon person just sounds like everyone else, calmly, rationally saying everything in a rationality way. And yeah, the writers stayed around for Golden Sun, and there's why we have these slightly lacking in personality characters. Wasn't that a very interesting story, kids?